It's Friday night. It's 7 p.m. That means it's time for the Paul and Nicky Show. The greatest show on earth. Yeah!
Yay! I am not Nicky New.
And I am not Paul and Well.
But this is the Paul and Nicky Show. Welcome back to another episode of the Paul and Nicky Show. Here we are back again.
It's Friday night, Paul and Nicky Show.
So Nicky, what have you been up to this week?
What have we been up to this week? I've got to have a look now. What have I been up to? Sometimes, you have such a hectic week.
It's a busy week.
It's just sort of all fizzled out into nothingness in your head. You think, what have I been doing this week? And actually, you've been doing 1,000,001 things. We've had some lovely catch up with family and friends and stuff, and just sort of, general stuff really. Working, hair, family, everything else, and yeah, it's been good. What about you?
I did a lovely interview with, two people over the last few weeks.
You
Martin
did.
Isles from the Australian Christian Lobby and also John Harris from Living Waters Europe. So we had a couple of interviews with them, and that's
really good interviews.
like thousands of people are watching that. So that's really, really good. And
them,
also more and more people are watching the Paul and Nicky Show. What an amazing thing that is. Like hundreds of people are watching the Paul and Nicky Show. So thank you so much for all of your support and for subscribing and sharing. And it really makes this worthwhile. It's nice to know that at least somebody out there is enjoying this show as much as Nicky and myself. So
somebody likes us.
now let's go over to Happy. Happy, what's our first segment today?
Freaky facts.
Ooh, it's time for
Freaky facts. Freaky facts.
Ooh, you don't do ooh anymore.
I know what you have to
The
do.
public are missing that,
You have to do
Ooh, there we go. There we go. It's not the same if Nicky doesn't do it.
for that, aren't you?
I do. I like it now. I look forward to it every week. It's the highlight of my week. Nicky, freaky fact number one.
Freaky fact number one. Right, let's have a look what we got for you guys. Did you know that on your face there are little mites?
Might be on your face.
Like to No, it's a fact. I looked it up. That's why it's called freaky fact.
Okay.
That's everybody's face. There are mites that live on human faces, and some are on yours right now.
Oh, gross.
And they get in your eyelashes.
Yeah.
And like on your eyebrows.
Make me itchy now.
Things like that. And yeah, it's pretty gross really, isn't it? And so yeah, they're like 8-legged worm-like creatures that get into your skin and your pores and things. And fortunately, they don't like poop or anything on your skin or anything like that. I think when they poo, it just stays inside, which is good.
What? How do they poo and it stays inside?
I looked it up. That's what it said.
Oh, you looked it up. Where? Wikipedia?
That's what it said. So fortunately, they
Mites
don't
for
poo on your
dummies.
face.
They don't poo on you.
But they just live on you. They just like to live on you, and that's a nice thought, isn't it?
Yes.
Really
Thank
you've
you
got
for that.
mites in your eyelashes and your eyebrows, and
Welcome to the Paul and Nicky Show, where you will be freaked out for the rest of the week.
you can't.
Never going to look at you the same way again. Okay, freaky fact number 2. Did you know that in 2014, a missing woman on vacation in Iceland was found when she was discovered in the search party looking for herself?
What? She was looking for herself.
She was involved in a search party looking for this missing woman until they realised it was her.
Hilarious. That's hilarious, really. Okay, where was her head at then that day? Wow. Okay. Next one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you're waiting for me, yeah. Did you know that froggies, I do love froggies, they're gorgeous little froggies. We've got a lovely nature pond in our garden at the moment. I love watching all the little froggies go in there and splash around.
Got a nature pond on your face, apparently.
Apparently, yeah. No, it's not quite the same.
Covered in bugs.
Yeah. But frogs use their eyelids to swallow. Yeah, apparently their eyelid, when they actually close their eyes and they're swallowing whatever it is, some little insect or something, it goes down to as far as the esophagus and pushes the food back down.
Because you do see that on programmes, like when they catch a fly, they go, oh, and their eyelids go,
can you believe it? So it goes that far back and pushes the food down, and Yeah,
Weird.
that's pretty cool, isn't it? Obviously, don't try that yourself. Not that you'd be able to. It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Unless you're a frog, of course. Mr. Toad of Toad Hall, maybe. You're allowed to do it then, of course. But if you're human, Nikki says no.
Don't do it.
Behave yourself. You're not allowed to use your eyelids to swallow.
In that, you know, it's amazing when you think about, like, are we still laughing?
Don't try this at home, folks.
Seriously. But look how amazing the design is in nature. Like, it's all of these things that you wouldn't even think about. Like, what? It's
amazing.
Else, isn't it? Something else. But there we go. So,
Here's another freaky fact. If you sneeze while travelling at 60 miles per hour, your eyes are closed for an average of 50 feet.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, wow. There we go.
There we go. I wonder what would happen if when you sneeze, you kept your eyes open. I wonder if your eyeballs would actually pop out.
No, people have said I've actually done that.
Yeah.
I've actually purposely sneezed with my eyes open and nothing happened.
I was going to say, because part of me did wonder that, but I've never been quick enough to do it, because normally it's so quick, isn't it? You don't think about doing that. But...
It's one of those urban legends. If you sneeze with your eyes open, your eyes will pop out. So one day, I took a risk. I thought, I'm going to try it. So I sneezed, I kept my eyes open. Nothing happens, so you're fine.
Yeah,
you're fine.
Oh, okay. So if you try that, then you don't need to worry.
You don't need to worry. Your eyes aren't going to pop out.
Tried and tested. Paul's tried and
then
tested
back
it,
in
so
there.
don't worry about that, yeah. Did you see that man? Do you remember that man? It was, you know, you get all these funny little sort of freaky things on television sometimes. World's extraordinary people and all this sort of stuff. And did you see the man that his eyeballs actually do pop out of his head? Did you see it?
Does he push and it goes...
I think yes, and they pretty much, not fully out, but obviously they do come out quite a bit. Do you remember that?
There was an actor back in the 1960s, I think 1960s, 70s, 50s, that sort of era. And I saw him in a film the other day. It was called Sherlock Holmes' younger, smarter brother.
Right.
And he's got these massive eyes that poke... Once you see his face, you'll know him.
Right.
But I can't tell you what his name is.
Very familiar. No, this is it.
He's got these really massive eyes.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, I don't know his name, but I know who you're on about.
Freaky fact number 3. You got another freaky fact for us?
I have, well, it's not so much a freaky fact, but I just thought this is cool when I was looking at things. I thought, you know, I am is the shortest complete sentence in the English language. I am. Now we know who said I am. Well, it's shortest complete sentence.
I am that I am. Not that song. No. It was God himself that said I am.
God himself.
Yeah,
Jesus
himself
that said
also called himself I am.
And it's, I love how it says it's the shortest complete sentence, because we know God is complete and he's completed what he came here to do. And I just thought it was quite interesting. I like that. That's good.
It's very succinct, isn't it?
I am, yeah.
And one final freaky fact for today. Did you know that Nicolas Cage and Michael Jackson both had the same wife?
Nicolas Cage and Michael Jackson. Do you know what? That does ring a bell, actually. I do vaguely remember that.
It was Elvis Presley's daughter, Lisa Marie Presley.
Yes. I don't think I'd even recognise her. I don't think I've ever really looked and seen a picture of her.
Really?
No.
You've never seen Lisa Marie?
I don't think so.
Well, that offends me a little bit, to be honest, Nick. It offends me a little bit that you...
Who's Elvis, couldn't you?
Yeah.
I'd look it up now, see what
So I'm a little bit offended by the fact that you don't know who Lisa Marie Presley
you're
is.
Offended, are you? Oh, right, okay.
I'm pretty offended.
Well, I'm offended that you're offended.
Oh, you're offended
about
now.
That, you know? Yeah,
oh, yeah.
I'm
what are you going to do about it? Okay,
I'm offended.
I'm offended about Lisa Marie.
You're offended.
Yeah.
So there's just no need for it.
How dare you? I'm not going to take that from you. How dare you? I'm not going to take that from a woman!
Really?
Oh. I feel better now.
Yeah, good.
I've got that in my system.
I feel a little bit better. I could have another go, to be honest.
That snowflake moment is past for me.
Yeah,
so you still feeling a bit snowflakey? Or?
Maybe a tiny bit. It's pretty much past, but...
Okay, do you want to twist my nose?
I could just... Yeah, let me...
You can't, because it's my spanner. She's not having my spanner, folks. Got it. Okay, moving on. Happy, what do we got coming up next?
Yay!
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Ooh, liar, liar, pants on fire. This week I've got 2 stories from my life.
Right.
Well, one of them is from my life. The other one is a fabricated tale. Right. And Nikki has to work out which is the true story, which is the false story. And she can have 3 questions maximum to ask me about these 2 stories. Okay, are you ready for this? Do you need to look at me in the eyes? Because last time you actually
in the eyes,
sussed me.
in the eyes, all in the eyes.
Look in the eyes, not around the eyes. In the eyes. Okay, so
Yeah,
story number 1. When I was at school, I had an argument with my geography teacher.
Yeah.
And she didn't like the fact that I argued with her. So I was then stuck in the janitor's closet for the rest of the year studying by myself.
Really?
Story number 1. Story number 2.
Get away with that.
Story number 2.
Let's get away with
We can
that.
ask questions in a minute. When I was a youngish lad, of course when I wasn't so good and holy and righteous, a group of my friends who egged each other on, we decided to go to a local supermarket and borrow a couple of shopping trolleys. And we took it up Robbinswood Hill to the quarry and we decided to see who could push them off the furthest. So 2 very simple stories. Number 1, I was stuck in a janitor's closet.
I'm waiting for the rest of it.
Story number 2, we borrowed a couple of shopping trolleys. We pushed them off the quarry to see who could push them the furthest. 2 simple stories, I told you. I'm not gonna give too much away. You got 3 questions to ask about those 2 stories.
Okay. You haven't given me a lot of time to think, have you? Really? You haven't given me a lot of time. So the first one, you were naughty. Well, yeah, you answered the teacher back and she didn't like it very much. Is that correct?
Yes.
But was that in like a rude way, or was that you were just questioning something and she just didn't like the fact that you questioned it, or what?
Well, other people in the class were talking and I decided to talk to my friends because other people were talking. And when she told me to be quiet, I said, well, miss, other people are talking. Why are you picking on me? And then she kicked me out of the class for the rest of the year. And I had to sit in the janitor's closet, shut door by myself and study.
I wonder if a teacher would get away with doing that, putting them in the janitor's closet somehow. I just don't know about that one.
Okay.
Definitely not now they wouldn't get away with it. But that was a while ago, wasn't
a while
it? 'Cause
ago,
how old
mate.
are you now?
Probably late 20s, somewhere late 20s, something like that.
Okay, and the other one, you took some shopping trolleys.
Borrowed.
Which you borrowed.
2 shopping trolleys
2 shopping trolleys. And you took them where?
at Robbinswood Hill to the quarry.
To the quarry.
You know where the quarry is? Robbinswood
I'm
Hill?
just trying to think actually, because I don't actually go out there very often.
It's like a cliff face.
Right.
And we potentially pushed them both off to see who could push them the furthest.
Right.
And where they would land on the floor.
Okay, who was that with then? What mates were you
A
with?
group of friends. So there was Chris, there was Eddie, there was Nigel, and there was Dave.
Trying to get you to slip up each time. Okay, and was this just, how did this come about then? This sort of shopping trolley business? Did you kind of
We saw some shopping trolleys.
just, and then, you know,
We'd
just
borrow
thought,
them
let's have a laugh.
from a local.
Do you know what?
I say supermarket. It's more of a kind of a local, not a supermarket, but like a garage market thing. It was a very small supermarket, but yeah, in Matson. You know Matson quite well. So.
Yeah, well, not really well, but. Right, okay. I'm going to have to make a decision now, aren't I? So I'm just thinking, right. You would do both those things, and I know you did like to do little funny pranks and stuff when you were younger. So I'm going to go with. I'm just trying to watch your eyes, see if I can work out. I'm going to go with the first one being. I so want to say true. I so want to say true for the first one, but I'm just like, I can't.
It's only a half an hour show,
I
Nick.
know, I can't see a teacher doing
Go on,
that.
Nick.
I can't see a teacher
Okay.
doing that, but I don't
Right.
know, because I know that you would probably answer somebody back as well. I can imagine you doing that.
I'll
So I
answer
just
her back.
thought but I can imagine you doing the shopping trolley thing.
Okay, yep.
Okay, so inwardly, I'm going to go with the first one. This does kind of go against how I feel, but forget it. The first one is true. The second one is false.
Okay, so I was locked away in the janitor's closet for a whole year.
No, not a whole year.
It was the rest of the year, yeah.
Year?
Yeah, it was the rest of the year.
Did you
yeah.
say a whole year?
Yeah. You going for that? The Thumb of Triumph. Here we go. You ready?
What
No,
should I
the
do?
Thumb of Triumph is already up. You've already made a decision.
Go on then. All right, you have to go. I mean, I'm probably.
Drum roll, please. Drum roll.
Oh, the thing's gone down.
Nicky's right. Yes,
Yay! I
Well
actually
done.
went against how I felt.
actually-
Inwardly, I was thinking, no, that can't be
Yeah, the
right.
shopping trolley thing was a fabricated lie. I was actually in an argument with my teacher, and we did have a discussion as to why other people were allowed to talk and me and my friend were not. And so we had a full-blown discussion about this, and she removed me from her class. And for the rest of that school academic year, I had to sit in a janitor's closet with the door shut with a geography book by myself, having to learn.
Get away with that anyway.
As you said, it was back in the day they got away with a lot of stuff. Nowadays, that'd be like,
I mean, yeah,
they'd be in prison for that. But,
trouble, wouldn't you now?
but yeah, I had to sit in a little janitor's closet by myself.
Wow.
Because I had a big argument. I refused to apologise because she was clearly in the wrong.
I'm feeling good.
Well done. Well done to you.
Feel good.
Hey, let's hope she's still singing during the Pie Face Challenge,
so
folks.
Good. So good.
Wow. And the singing stops finally. Right, okay, let's go over to Happy for our very next segment.
The Games of Insanity.
Ooh, the Games of Insanity. This week, me and Nicky went to the fairground, to the fun house, and it is a timed competition. We don't know the results yet, but we know that we went around that fun house as quickly as we can. So over to the fun house segment, and we'll come back in just a moment to see who won. Okay, so here's the Games of Insanity for this week, and the game is the fun house run, the creepy fun house run. And Nicky is going through those dangly things there. And you look at Nicky, you think, yeah, she's not running very fast. She could be running a lot faster than that. But we must remember, number one, you're not allowed to run. The kindly gentleman sat in the booth there said that we could walk around quickly, but we were not permitted to run through the funhouse. So it's a case of having to get through the funhouse as quickly as we could without running. And also to remember that the floor is actually like what's a cross between rollers and trampoline. So it'd be very, very difficult to run on anyway. It's a very difficult house to get around. But there's Nicky up there. She's going through those spinny, they look like punching bags, but they're actually on a pole, and you've got to kind of twirl your way around there. And what you cannot see on there as well, I think Nicky's going into it now, is a maze of mirrors, like Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon. Quite creepy. You're not kind of sure where you're going in that, but eventually you find your way through. And there's also staircases in there that you can't see because we couldn't take the camera actually inside of the house with us. There's very steep staircases. I think there's a slide that Nicky might be going down at the moment. A very steep slide on the inside. And there she is, she's appearing. And that barrel is rolling. And we've got a time for Nicky, and it is 1 minute 16 seconds. So as I said, it's not as easy as it looks. It does look like you just run through there, but if you actually ended up doing that, you'd fall over and end up on your backside, I think. So well done, Nicky, for 1 minute 16. Here I go. I'm running over rollers at the moment, and I'm batting my way through these dangly coloured things, whatever they are. I'm giving a wave to the camera. There I am. And I'm running through, jumping over things. And now I think I'm running up the very, very steep stairs. That's right, I think I'm coming up to the top now. And can Nicky see me with the camera at the moment? What's the time? 22 seconds. So it's 1 minute 16 to beat. I'm waving again at the camera because I like to say hello to people as I'm doing the creepy funhouse run. How many of you find fairgrounds creepy? I do. I've seen too many films with creepy clowns and creepy fairhouse rides and things like that. So, okay, so we're going in now to the Hall of Mirrors, and as I said, enter the dragon style. You've got to work your way through this Hall of Mirrors, and then on the inside you come across some more rollers. You come across a very steep slide. We're up to 52 seconds now. Will I beat Nicky's time of 1 minute 16? And at the bottom there, oh, here I am. I'm appearing. There's the rolling barrel, and I jump on the floor at, what's the time? 1 minute 1! I have beaten Nicky. Yes, I was celebrating prophetically there. I kind of knew deep in my heart that I'd won, but that's fantastic. Wow, that was amazing competition. Well done.
Yay.
Now, to make the games of insanity even more fun, what we're going to do, we're going to have a joke round right now. We're going to have a joke round. So we're going to try this, okay? The idea of this is that we each have a glass of water. In this case, it's going to be sparkling lemonade. And we have 2 chances to make the other person laugh whilst they've got a mouthful of sparkling lemonade.
No.
Okay, so we've got 1
chance. Do you actually want this in your face then, do you? You want it splurted in your face? You can
kind of turn the other way. Okay, so you fill your gob up with that.
I better not get it over my notes then, aren't I? Because I need those. Because I won't know where we are at, will I? Right. Oh, there's not much in there, is there?
So fill your mouth up with that.
Right, am I turning round now, am I?
You've got to look at me.
Which way do you want me to spit it out? Have I got to try and hold it in there?
Hold it in. You don't purposely spit it out. Okay, so fill your mouth up. No swallowing. Okay, fill your mouth up. No swallowing. I'm watching your little Adam's apple. Have you got Adam's apple swimming? I don't know. Okay, here we go. My first attempt to make you laugh. Right, here we go. Right, my impression. Hold it in. Hold it in. My impression of a confused moose. Okay, you held it in, well done. Okay, round of applause for that. Okay, swallow it back, Okay, now you've got to do something to make me laugh. Okay, well done.
Okay, what, just something silly?
Yeah. Okay. I'm rubbish. You've got a funny face.
Oh, no. Okay. Right. Okay, so I'm going to do just come out with something randomly silly, I think. I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat. You swallowed! I heard you swallow! Naughty! He swallowed. I win that because he swallowed and I didn't.
But one more round.
No, you lost that.
Oh, I lost that one. I swallowed. I couldn't help it. One more go.
You've done it now.
One more go.
This is cheating. He's a little cheater, isn't he? He can handle it, can he? Just can't handle it.
Come on. Here we go. Right. I'm swallowing. Cheater. Right. Here's my impression of a confused shark. What? What? Right, my go on then. Swallow it back.
Okay, right, okay. 2, 3. My impression of a Minnie Mouse. Did you swallow?
I swallowed that. You won that. You won that. Okay. Now we're going to go to joke of the week, and I'm going to be teaching Nicky how to tell jokes.
Oh yeah.
In a professional way, in a stand-up way.
Jokes, to be fair.
Okay, so what you got to do, Nick, right? First of all, you state the foundation of the joke. Okay, so you say the part of the joke, and then what you do, you pause for effect. You pause to build up that tension, that dynamic, and that kind of like anticipation. Then you deliver the punchline. But when you deliver the punchline, you have to do it with a raised eyebrow like this.
I can't do that like you. I can't do it.
Well, as soon as you stop taking the Botox, you will be able to do that.
That's Joyce, not me.
Okay. Raise the eyebrow, deliver the punchline, and the crowd will go absolutely wild. Right. So this is the joke of the week, and I'm going to teach Nicky, and here we go. Right, so this is how you deliver it. Just copy me after it. Okay.
Don't do anything complicated, though.
Have you ever heard of the book Great Expectations? Pause for effect. It was written by Charles Chickens. Thank you so much. Thank you. No, not me, you. Okay, Nick, so you give it a go.
Okay. Right, say that again. What did you say?
Okay, so you deliver it as
go on.
but Great Expectations. Charles Chickens is the answer. Okay, remember to raise the eyebrow.
Have you ever heard of the book Great Expectations?
Expectations.
And it
Raise the eyebrow. Charles Chickens.
By Charles Chickens. Yay! Yay! Get over yourself. Get over yourself.
Right, let's move on. Quickly move on. Right, Happy, what's the next segment?
Awkward. Yay!
Holy Ghost Gossip.
Oh, it's Holy Ghost Gossip. And this week we are talking about
worship.
Worship. Nikki, what is worship?
So worship is extremely important as a Christian because it's like you're pouring out your heart to God. And it's not just an expression when you pour out your heart, like when you're singing or you're praying, that sort of thing. It's equally things that you're doing throughout your daily routine. That's how it's a way that you live. So you show worship to God when you're obedient in your actions before him. If he puts something on your heart to do, and it's just something you instinctively know by his word, which is right and wrong to do. Yeah. You still have a choice. You can choose to follow what he says, or you can choose to reject it. So worship isn't just this expression of, like I say, singing, and it might be dancing for some people, praying, all of these different things. It is your actions every day and what you do for God. Because when we think about what he said to Peter, and he said, Peter, do you love me? And he asked him 3 times, Peter, do you love me? He was testing him because he was saying, if you love me, feed my sheep. He was testing him to see, if you love me, you'll be obedient to me and you'll serve me. So it's an act of service and what's the other word? You're being submissive and conforming to God's ways.
That's interesting because like nowadays, a lot of people, when they talk about worship, they think it's just singing songs.
Yeah.
But actually, that can be a part of worship. But that's not worship in and of itself. Worship is a whole heart attitude. Yeah. And I think worship comes from the 2 words worthship. It's showing God how much he is worth.
Definitely.
And I think you touched on that by saying it's about being obedient.
Yeah.
Because when you obey God, then the sacrifice of worship is acceptable. Like sacrifice of singing, is acceptable.
Exactly.
But if you're living a lifestyle of disobedience to God,
but you're singing
then all the singing in the world ain't gonna please God, is it? So
yeah, definitely. No, so I think that's a huge thing. And with conscience, like you always teach us about conscience being with knowledge. Yeah. Well, it's like you have that knowledge in you to what is right and wrong, and what we should be doing, what's right before the Lord, and what we know is wrong and not to do. So it all comes as one, isn't it? It's everything in us as a born again, regenerated Christian. You instinctively knowing here how we should be behaving, and
and God loves us to be obedient, right?
He does.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, over to I think it's our final segment today.
Pie challenge, is it? Oh yes. Wow. Oh.
Wow. You've just told us, but Happy, what's coming up next?
What's coming next?
Oh boy, it's time for the Pie Face Challenge.
Yes, Nicky was right. It is the Pie Face Challenge.
Pie Face Challenge.
And it's my turn this week. And this week we have got.
Please give me some support.
Well, you've already got a glass there, haven't you? You've got a glass already.
Yes,
so we've got 2 glasses, basically.
Oh, we need 2.
It's a very simple challenge.
Right. Let's get into this.
But I would say it's a very challenging challenge too.
Did you need to get up and do something? Or?
Yeah, I'm just going to go over here and get the Bell of Destiny.
Go and get the Bell of Destiny.
So is that okay? Yeah. You just grab the Bell of Destiny and let's not forget our special guest star this week.
Mr. Spoony! What was that for? Oh!
Mr. Spoony, what did you just do? Wait a minute. What's this? Is this a whoopee cushion? Shame on you. Okay.
Mr. Spoony! How did we forget Mr. Spoony?
Mr. Spoony is back and I won him last week. Will I win him again this week?
No, because he likes it at my house.
That's not what he told me. Right, okay, so we're going over now to the ultimate game, which is the Pie Face Challenge. and I hold in my hand an item whose legend is only surpassed by its own legend. Now, this, of course, we know as the Bell of Destiny.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Quasimodo?
Yeah.
He was the hunchback of
man.
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And he would go around crying out, "The bells! The bells!" Now, those bells that used to annoy Quasimodo was actually one bell. It was the Bell of Destiny. And today, the Paul and Nicky Show own that very bell that sent Quasimodo insane. So that's the legend, yeah.
Did you take that out of the bin earlier on? I'm sure you put it in the bin. I saw you put it in the trash. I can't believe you did that to the Bell of Destiny.
Why do you have to
bring
lies into the sanctuary of truth, Nicky?
I saw you do it. Black bin liners and everything.
Why won't
you
you
were going
just
to put it out in
stop?
the skip.
Why won't you just let it go?
Let it go. Let it go. Anyway.
All right, Princess Elsa. Right, okay. So what we have some...
Oh,
can't show the label, can't show what it is.
Things,
all right, so what we're going to do, it's a very simple challenge, folks. It's basically 2 glasses of freshly fizzed cola, some cola product, and we have a straw, and it's basically the first person to drink down 2 glasses of extremely fizzy cola. So it's a nice, simple challenge, but it makes you very, very gassy.
I'm going to be burping forever after this.
Well, I hope it is just burping, Nicky, and it's not.
What, like
it's
you
not
earlier
following
on?
on from the whoopee cushion saga. Okay, so let's just make sure these are of equal depth.
Yes, equal amounts. Yes.
So I know Nicky, she'll be watching this back later, saying, "No, it's
Yeah,
unfair. I had an extra millimetre in my glass."
With him, you have to.
All right, let's have a look. That's pretty close. That one's way under. So let's bring this one up.
Yeah, I'd say that's
I'd say that's about equal. Yeah, maybe I've got just a little bit more.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Tiny bit. Yeah, that's it.
There.
No,
Yeah.
me more now.
No, that's the fizz.
That is not.
That's
You're
the
sure that is
fizz.
higher than yours.
All right, there we go. That's fine. So I put a little bit more in mine. There we go. Make it a bit fair. There we are. There we go. Right, so we have some. What colour straw would you like? We have
Nice
red and
one.
blue.
Yes, please.
Red or blue?
Oh, I have a red one.
Nope, you're having blue. So deal with that.
Blue.
I control the straws in my game, Nicky.
Where did the straws come from?
There's a legend behind the straws.
Yeah, right.
The straws of destiny. Right.
Supermarket, yeah.
Okay, so do you want me to ring the bell this week? And it's the
Yeah,
first
I think
person
you
to
should.
finish both.
Sorry about this,
It's coming out the top of the straw. Look.
Oh no.
Here we go. You ready?
Right, to finish both.
To finish both. It's a lot of drinking. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Go. Oh, this is gross. Why did you do 2?
This is only my first glass. So gross! Oh, look at that!
How did I do that?
I couldn't even do it. The fizz was too much. It's coming up my throat.
Yes! Get in!
Paul Phil. That was
I'm so amazing at drinking and eating games.
Finish that one off.
I'm not finishing that off. You need to get it. I might be sick in a minute. Seriously. Yes! Where's that creamer? Give me that
I feel
cream.
rotten.
Your game? Why do I always win at your games? This is amazing. Mr. Spoonie.
Oh, you dropped your microphone.
I did. I just dropped my mic.
Do you want me to squirt this on here for you? Just,
No, excuse me.
That's it.
This is my glove.
Mr. Spoonie, you now belong to Nicky for a week. So I expect lots of nice pictures from Nicky's house.
Oh, I tell you what, that's not nice on you.
Oh.
I'm not going to want to drink for the rest of the day.
There we go.
It's time for your pie face, new face.
Now, is there anything you want me to say
Oh, yes.
before
There
you
was,
splat me?
hang on, I've got to think what it was now.
Do you not know?
What's that saying? What's that saying? Clint Eastwood always says. I was thinking about it the other day. What is it?
Oh, no.
I can't remember.
It's like, you're looking at me, punk, that one.
Yeah, something like no, it's something like a. We're running out of time now, so I can't remember what it was. Oh no, can I have a Royale with cream? Not a Royale with cheese. Can I have a Royale with cream?
Clint Eastwood says that, does he?
No, he doesn't. That's actually on Pulp Fiction.
Okay. Can I have a Royale with cream?
Yes, you can. Yay!
Oh!
Have you got a moon face?
Oh, that moon face? Is that moon face again?
Moon face!
Goodbye, everybody!
Bye.
See you next week at the Paul and Nicky Show! Yeah! And let's not forget, we also have the dancing robot!
Yes,
Yay!
the dancing robot!
One shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah, I was building on a lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. Working on the plot and the scheme. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one shot for the kill. The breeze cut, freeze up, straight dropping the chills. I'm talking taking over pieces and shares. A bomb break sky high. Check the movement is here. Yeah. It's one heart, one shot. Now the future is yours. Go. I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. Your memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. We put the bars in the place. I'm talking one chance at best, yes. Painting pictures for the culture, keep the brushes fresh. Flip the cover, work the drummer, passion never rests. Freedom is our teacher under pressure, now we blessed. See, I was so good for the goal. There's one art, one shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah. It's one art, one shot, now the future is yours. Go! One art, one shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah, I was building on a lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. Working on the plot and the scheme. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one shot for the kill. The breeze cut, freeze up, straight dropping the chills. I'm talking taking over pieces and shares. A bomb break sky high. Check the movement is here. Yeah. It's one heart, one shot. Now the future is yours. Go. Turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. Your memories spark and motivate.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's show. We hope you liked it. Now, what would be really nice is if you would subscribe to our channel and told all your friends about us, as this would advertise our show for free. And it would be really nice if you could do that for me. The Paul and Nicky Show. The greatest show on earth. Woohoo!